I woke up and the air felt far too wide, like something vital went and crawled outside. There's a silence where the rhythm used to be, a sudden, terrifying vacancy. I checked the floor, I checked behind the door, looking for the engine that I had before. But there's just a shadow where the heat would start, and a jagged outline in the shape of a heart. I'm breathing in, but the oxygen fails, like a ghost ship drifting with tattered sails. I reach inside to find a spark or a flame, but I only find the echo of your name. And I'm walking around with a hollow chest cavity, defying the laws of emotional gravity. There's a wind blowing through where you used to stay, taking the pieces of my spirit away. It's an empty cathedral, a room without light, a cold, heavy canyon in the middle of the night. No pulse in the center, just a rattle and rust. I'm a hollow chest cavity, filling with dust. The doctors say I'm fine, the x-rays are clear, but they can't see the way you disappeared. They can't see the ribs, like a cage left undone since the bird that was singing decided to run. I put on a sweater to hide the collapse, to cover the distance and fill in the gaps. But people can hear it when I try to speak, the sound of a structural support growing weak. It doesn't hurt, that's the scariest part, the numbness that follows the break of a heart. It's just an absence, a cavern, a hole, a missing piece of a shattered soul. I take the burning, I take the sting, just to feel the weight of a living thing. Filling with dust, just an echo. Can you hear it? It's so quiet inside. Knock on my ribs and nobody's home, just the wind and the bone. So hollow. I stepped off the porch and I lost the shore. I can't see the numbers on my own front door. The world is a blanket of heavy damp gray that swallowed the path where you walked away. I'm reaching out blind, touching nothing but mist, thinking of all of the mornings we kissed. Now the garden is gone and the streetlights are ghosts, and I'm drifting away from the things I love most. I call out your name, but the sound doesn't travel. I'm watching the threads of my sanity unravel. There's no North Star in a sky made of lead, just the cold, wet static inside of my head. And I'm lost in the fog, I'm lost in the haze, searching for light in these shadowless days. I don't know where I'm going, I don't know where I've been. I'm just breathing the ghost of you under my skin. Every step is a gamble, every breath is a sigh. In a world where the earth is bled into the sky, I'm a ship with no compass, a heart with no dawn, just a memory fading, lost in the fog. The silence is thick, you could cut it with grief. I'm stumbling over a fallen oak leaf. I thought I saw your coat, just a flash of dark blue, but it was only a shadow that didn't belong to you. My coat is soaked through and my spirit is damp. I'm looking for the glow of a familiar lamp, but the vapor is heavy, it's filling my lungs like 1,000 goodbyes on 1,000 tongues. Did you make it out? Are you safe in the sun? While I'm still back here where the blurring begun, are you looking back at this cloud on the ground, wondering if I will ever be found? Or did the mist take you too in the blink of an eye, leaving us both in this wide out lie? Searching for light in these shadowless days. I don't know where I'm going, I don't know where I've been. I'm just breathing the ghost of you under my skin. Every step is a gamble, every breath is a sigh. In a world where the earth has bled into the sky, I'm a ship with no compass, a heart with no dawn, just a memory fading, lost in the fog. It's so quiet, I can't even see my hands. Everything's moving like shifting sands. Where are you? I'm still walking, but the white is everywhere, just the fog and the cold and the empty air. boardwalk is peeling, and in the July I'm retracing the shadows of our tangled feet. The arcade is humming the same neon tune, but it feels like December in the middle of June. You were a Polaroid that never quite dried, a secret I kept, a place I could hide. Now the Ferris wheel turns, but the seats are all bare, and I'm catching my breath in the salt, heavy air. The ice is melting in a paper cup. I'm looking for reasons to not give us up, but the tide's coming in to erase every line of the forever we drew in the 1999. Oh, it's a lost summer love, a ghost in the sand, the warmth of your skin, the slip of your hand. We were golden and reckless, a fireworks spark that lit up the beach, then went cold in the dark. Now the postcards are blank and the seasons have shifted. I'm watching the horizon where our memories drifted. Yeah, the sun's going down on the best of us, leaving nothing but salt and the lost summer love. Your name is a whisper the wind tries to keep in the space between waking and falling asleep. I still have that sweater, the one with the tear. It smells like the ocean and the way you were there. But the tourists are leaving, the shutters go down, a heavy heart silence is haunting this town. We were a season, a beautiful blur, now I'm just a shadow of who we both were. August bled out into September rain, washing the tan lines away with the pain. Was it just a fever, just a trick of the light? Or were we the only thing ever done right? I'd trade every winter for one more July, under the weight of that wide open sky. Oh, it's a lost summer love, a ghost in the sand, the warmth of your skin, the slip of your hand. We were golden and reckless, a fireworks spark that lit up the beach, then went cold in the dark. Now the postcards are blank and the seasons have shifted. I'm watching the horizon where our memories drifted. Yeah, the sun's going down on the best of us, leaving nothing but salt and the lost summer love. The bonfires are dying, the water's getting cold. I'm still holding on to the story we told. One last sunset, one last wave, just a lost summer love I couldn't save. Just a lost summer love I couldn't save. I'm standing in the kitchen, staring at the wall, watching as the evening shadows start to crawl. I reach for the switch, the one beside the door, but the hum of the current isn't there anymore. The street lamps are flickering and dying in the gray, like they're tired of pretending it's still yesterday. I check the fuse box and I check the spare keys, but I'm shaking like a leaf in a wintertime breeze. The stars have been swallowed by a heavy black cloud. The silence in this hallway is getting too loud. I'm fumbling for matches, I'm searching for a spark, but I'm losing the battle against the dark. And there's no light left in this house we built, just a hollowed out heart and a garden of guilt. The windows are blind and the mirrors are black, since you took the sun and you didn't look back. I'm reaching for a candle, I'm reaching for a flame, but the wick is just a memory of whispering your name. Everything is cold, everything is left, and there's no light left. I remember the glow of the lamp by the bed and the golden halo that circled your head. We used to be a lighthouse, a fire in the night. Now I'm just a shadow that's lost its right. I'm walking through the rooms, tripping over the past, in a darkness so heavy I don't think it'll pass. I tried to paint the walls in a brighter shade of blue, but the color disappears without the sight of you. Did you take the brightness to your new city street? Is it shining on the strangers that you're gonna meet? Or did the world just go dark the moment you left, leaving me here, of all vision bereft? I'd give my last breath for a flicker of white, just a crack in the door to get through the night. And there's no light left in this house we built, just a hollowed out heart and a garden of guilt. The windows are blind and the mirrors are black, since you took the sun and you didn't look back. I'm reaching for a candle, I'm reaching for a flame, but the wick is just a memory of whispering your name. Everything is cold, everything is left, and there's no light left, no light left. It's so pitch black, I can't even see the way out. I'm sitting on the floor, waiting for a morning that isn't coming. Just the dark, just the end. No light left. The song ends with the sound of a match being struck, failing to light, and then total silence. The storm is pressing hard against the frame, while I'm tracing the letters of your name. But the window's frosted with a bitter white, and the moon is hiding from the world tonight. I used to see the garden through the pane, and now it's just a blur of gray and rain. The ocean's closer than it used to be, or maybe it's just rising up in me. I try to wipe away the clouded view, but everything I touch just tastes of you. A bitter sting, a crystal film of gray, the residue of when you walked away. And it's just salt on the glass, sting in my eyes, the spray from the sea and the weight of the skies. I'm looking for light, but the surface is blurred by every I'm sorry I never quite heard. It's the crust on the window, the sting in the air, the ghost of a shoreline that's no longer there. We're a shipwrecked dream that's sinking fast, left with nothing but the salt on the glass. The condensation drips like heavy tears, collecting all the silence of these years. I used to watch the sunset on your skin before the winter tide came rushing in. Now the porch is white with a briny frost, a map of every single thing we lost. I'm trapped inside this house of wood and stone, while the Atlantic claims the things I own. They say the salt can heal a shallow wound, but I'm drowning in a harbor that's out of tune. It's in the cracks, it's in the very foundation, the slow decay of a heart's desolation. I can't see the stars, I can't see the shore, I can't see the way to your heart left with nothing but the salt on the glass, stinging. It's so hard to see through. The tide is coming up the stairs, and the glass is turning. What just saw? Just the sea, just what's left. You and me. The street lamp is flickering out on the curb in a silence so heavy it's scared of a word. I'm watching the wall where the fireplace glows, but the heat doesn't reach where the cold wind blows. I remember the way that our silhouettes met, two tangled shapes in a soft violet sunset. But the sun has gone down on the life that we knew, and I'm left with a shape that's no longer with you. I move to the kitchen to pour out a glass, waiting for the feeling of this too shall pass. But the floorboards are lonely, they miss your soft tread, and the darkness is weaving a net for my head. And now the shadows dance alone in the hall, tracing the ghosts of the frames on the wall. I reach for your hand, but there's nobody there, just a flicker of movement and a handful of air. The rhythm is broken, the music is gone. I'm stumbling through to the break of the dawn, a partnerless waltz in a house full of stone, watching the shadows dance alone. It's 2026 and the world's moving fast, but I'm stuck in the amber of a love that didn't last. I see your reflection in the glass of the door, but it's just a trick of the light on the floor. I try to stand still, try to keep my heart quiet, but the memory of us is starting a riot. I'm a silhouette swaying to a song you can't hear, drowning in the salt of a permanent tear. If I turn off the lights, do we exist anymore? Or are we just stains on the wood of the floor? I'm swaying and spinning, I'm losing my mind in the space that the us used to occupy and find. One more rotation, one more lonely spin before the total darkness finally caves in. through the door, but the light is dying and the walls are cold. Just a lonely dance before I grow old. Shadows alone. Coffee went cold in the mug on the stand, right next to the ring that I took from your hand. There's no shouting now, no slamming of doors, just the sound of the dust settling down on the floors. I thought that the quiet would bring me some peace, that the end of the war would be some sweet release. But the walls are too tall and the ceiling's too high, and I'm choking on words that we never let fly. I'm listening for something, a creak in the stair, but there's nothing but gravity, nothing but air. The loudest of screams couldn't fill up this room. It's the sound of a heart meeting its doom. And the silence speaks volumes, it's telling me lies. It's reflecting the look in your hollowed out eyes. It's saying you're gone and you're not coming back, that the colors we painted have faded to black. Every I'm sorry and please just stay is lost in the noise of a quiet work day. I'm deafened by everything we didn't say. Yeah, the silence speaks volumes, and it's pushing me away. Clock on the mantle is ticking so loud, like a hammer on nails, like a storm in a cloud. It used to be rhythm, it used to be time. Now it's just counting the ways that I'm not fine. I turn on the radio, turn up the bass, anything just to hide the look on my face. But even the music feels empty and thin, it can't drown the static that's living within. We used to finish each other's own lines, now we're just reading the do not cross signs. I'm screaming inside, where the air is still thin, but the silence is heavy and it's winning again. If I whisper your name, will the vibration hold? Or is the air in this house just too bitter and cold? And it's pushing me away. Listen, can you hear that? It's the sound of a life that we can't get back. It's the space where you were, it's the never again. It's the loudest I've heard you since I don't know when. Silence, just silence. The song ends with the sound of a single sharp intake of breath, followed by a long, quiet exhale. I'm staring at the ceiling where the shadows play, trying to tune out the wreckage of another day. I reach for a memory, a flicker of your face, but it's tangled in the wires all over the place. The radio is broken, stuck between the lines, like the way I'm searching for the exit signs. I remember the melody, I remember the key, but now there's a hum where you used to be. My thoughts are like a television with no cord, searching for a frequency I can't afford. The screen is flickering in black and white, and I'm losing the signal in the middle of the night. And it's just static in my head, a white noise storm, where the cold keeps growing and it used to be warm. I'm screaming your name through the hiss and the buzz, trying to remember the way that it was. But the air is heavy and the reception is dead. I'm drowning in the static inside of my head. Yeah, the channel is empty, the signal is thin, and I can't hear anything but the rush of the wind. I walk to the kitchen to find a glass of rain, anything to quiet the vibrating pain. The fridge is hum a low, lonely song, reminding me exactly how long you've been gone. I try to think clearly, to map out the shore, but the feedback is screaming and I can't ignore that every I love you we ever once said is a digitized ghost in a hollowed out bed. Is there a station where you're still mine, clear as a bell in a glass of wine? Or are you just snow on a midnight screen, the prettiest nightmare I've ever seen? I'm turning the knob, I'm breaking the dial, just to hear the ghost of your voice for a while. I can't hear anything but the rush of the wind. It's getting louder now. The snow is falling on the screen. I can't see you, I can't hear you. Just the buzz, just the hiss. Nothing left but the static of your last kiss. I'm standing in the hallway where the light begins to fail, watching as the colors in our history turn pale. I see your ghost in every corner, every shadow on the wall. But when I reach to touch you, there is nothing there at all. The calendar is frozen on the day you said goodbye, and I'm still searching for the truth inside a beautiful lie. I tried to be the anchor, tried to keep us on the shore, but I'm just drifting wreckage on a cold and empty floor. I'm holding on to pictures until my knuckles turn to wine, trying to find a spark to get me through another night. But the weight is getting heavy and the air is getting thin, and I'm losing every battle that I'm fighting deep within. And the tears fall down like rain on a broken window pane, trying to wash away the salt, trying to numb the burning pain. Every drop is like a story that we never got to tell, a lonely little echo in a deep and empty well. I'm drowning in the silence of the things we didn't say, watching as the best of us just slowly slips away. No matter how I try to hide, no matter where I run, the tears fall down until the damage is all done. The radio is playing that one song you used to love. I'm screaming at the ceiling and the empty stars above. They say that time's a healer, that the scars will start to fade, but they don't see the hollowed out mess that you have made. I'm tracing every letter of your name upon the glass, waiting for the heavy clouds of memory to pass. But the storm is just beginning and the tide is coming in, and I'm still wearing every place your fingers touched my skin. Is it raining where you are? Is the sky a shade of blue? Does it ever cross your mind what I'm still going through? Or did you dry your eyes and find a way to let it go, while I'm still down here sinking in the only world I know? I give my final breath just to see you smile again, to find the sun behind this gray and never-ending rain. fall down until the damage is all done. They're falling, one for the promises, one for the dreams, one for the way we tore apart at the seams. It's a long way down to the bottom of the floor, and the tears keep falling till I can't feel anymore. Looking at photos from 2022, when the world was a blur, just me and just you. We traded our sleep for the neon and rain, running on lightning and ignoring the pain. I gave you my best days, my wildest and bright, the ones that I'll never get back from the night. Now I'm 20-something with a soul that feels old, holding a story that's already been told. The candles are burning on a cake I don't want, while the ghost of our teenage years starts to haunt. I looked in the mirror and realized the truth. I spent all my currency on a beautiful youth, and I'm counting the wasted youth years like a debt, paid in the moments I'll never forget. I gave you my prime and I gave you my grace. Now I'm just a stranger with lines on my face. We were building a kingdom on a fault line of glass, watching the best of our seasons just pass. Yeah, I loved you too much, and I loved you too soon, and I left all my dreams on the dark side of the moon. Wasted youth years, gone with the June. The friends that we had have all moved to the city. They say that I'm bitter, they say it's a pity, but they weren't the ones who stayed up in the dark, trying to fan a dead, cold-hearted spark. I skipped all the parties to sit by your side. I let all my own ambitions just slide. Now I'm standing at 26, 27, wondering if us was a hell or a heaven. I'm yesterday's news in a tomorrow world, watching the banners of our love get unfurled. I stayed in the driveway while you drove away, with the keys to the life that I lost in the fray. Was it worth all the fire? Was it worth all the tears to look at the wreckage of my favorite year? A stranger I'm older now, but I don't feel wise. I just see the time I can't reclaim in your eyes. The clock keeps on ticking, the years keep on flying, and a part of that kid is still somewhere, crying, wasted.